This week, we explore a town steeped in train history. Then after crossing an iron trunk aqueduct, we end up at a canal museum. Then after going through the third longest tunnel on the system and down 16 locks, we end up on the River Nene. This Grade 2 listed building is the old Royal Train Shed. It was designed in 1889 by C.A. Park. It was initially used as a lifting shed for the repair of railway carriages, and for many years it was the home to the Royal Train. 31 townhouses have been built inside the shell of the original train shed. You can see the history, where trains used to get made and fixed and done up. Lots of beautiful, beautiful old buildings that have been repurposed in different ways. We found a little micropub for a cheeky cider, and then it was off to explore the secret garden. In front of us you can see Andrew, my brother-in-law, and then in front of him is my sister. So we're going for a little explore now they've got off the train. So you can sit on a bench and never be alone. So in the secret garden you can find the station master's house. There isn't much left of it. So that's through the front door to the hallway. This would have been kitchen. And then through into the back room. That would have had a chimney and a fireplace. And then down the corridor, another room. You can kind of see the walls. This was the adjoining wall for the house next door. And this is the house next door.
But down there were two bigger houses, including a doctor's house with a tennis court. Okay. There are two more houses there. Yeah. And originally the old plans have got two more houses where that warehouse is now. We still look after it a little bit. But that's a piece of sculpture we've just...
Right, was that here?
No.
This building is called the Reading Room, and it was built in 1843. It was originally built for the education of railway employees, as a place where books and publications could be read away from the noise of the workshops. Queen Victoria used to come here to do a spot of reading while she was waiting for her train. I would like to introduce you to my brother-in-law Andrew. Hello. Who is steering a narrowboat for the very first time. Let's see how he's doing. So are we heading towards a bush or are we down the middle? Look at that. Beautifully done. For their very first cruise, we are very gently just going just a couple of miles from Wolverton to Cosgrove, taking in an iron trunk aqueduct and the horse tunnel. And then obviously the Barley Mow pub. So there's a pub I've not been to. Not this time. Might even walk back to it, you never know. And now we're heading for the iron trunk aqueduct. Exciting. Here is the iron trunk aqueduct. Not a very long aqueduct. And Andrew's going to try desperately not to hit it on the side. So here we go. It's quite nice to be able to get a different angle. So this is a trough, like a bath that's open each end. And that's carrying the canal across the Great River Ouse. Not really a great river here, but it's huge when it gets to Bedford. So there's just a little lip one side. Feels like you can just step off. And then the other side, and that's your towpath with a nice safe barrier keeping you, stopping you falling in. Just coming into the town of Cosgrove. It's a very, very popular place to be by boat. We start today with a proper look round Cosgrove. This is the horse tunnel, and it is how horses were taken from one side of the canal to the other so they could be dropped off at the stables or go to the blacksmith. It's featured in a previous video. But what I've not done before is come out of the end of the horse tunnel like I'm doing now and then gone for a look round the village. Charlie, let's go and see what we can see. Come on. This is the church of St Peter and St Paul, and apparently there's been a church on here for nearly 1,000 years, though there's very little left of the original building. The chancel, which is the red roofed part to the right, can be dated to 1180 AD. Wow. The entire church is built of local rubble stone and it's roofed with handmade tiles. The tower is thought to be late medieval. Enjoyed the little trot round Cosgrove. What a gorgeous, gorgeous little town, village, I suppose. So we're headed off. We've got a 4-hour cruise-ish to Stoke Bruerne today, and then we're going to have a poke around the Canal Museum as long as we get there before 4 o'clock, because that's when it closes. So, goodbye Cosgrove. Thank you for a wonderful evening. And off to Stoke Bruerne. I have no idea why. Can you hear my propeller? It's going woo! It didn't used to 2 days ago, and yesterday it started doing that. Never mind. Not quite as silent cruising, but it is rather gorgeous here. This kind of looks like a river rather than a canal. Hi.
Hello.
Well, I don't know what you lot think, but I think Northamptonshire is gorgeous. Today's cruise takes us up 5 of the 7 Stoke Bruerne locks, and then we have a really good little look round the Canal Museum. See that bramble? It scraped all the way down my boat and I had no choice. Never mind. Narrowboat etiquette. If two boats are approaching a bridge, you work out which one is nearest and that boat has right of way. So I decided they were nearest, so I slammed my brakes off and gave them a wave to say, come on through. Narrowboat etiquette number 2, you pass port to port. Hi.
Afternoon, guys. Good morning, rather.
Narrowboat etiquette number 3, always say hello to the people that you pass. Narrowboat etiquette number 4, if there are moored boats, slow down to tick over if you're a diesel boat, and I go down to about 0.3 kilowatts. Being an electric boat, because I don't have a tick over. So, really slow. Otherwise, as you go past, they rock and roll. This is Baxter Marina. And they have vacancies. And that is my favourite canal sign. Boat etiquette number 6. Warn the people sitting at the front that you're going to blast the horn to see if anyone's coming. Jolly noisy neighbours round here. So here we have
Camille.
Caroline.
Neil.
And they're on a day boat from Cosgrove Narrowboat Company. And we've just done their very first lock. Yeah, you did brilliantly. Well done. So, we are going to get going. Bye. This woman has become an expert. She knows where she's at. Closing the paddles and then she'll close the gate. Perfect. Well done, Jen. You know where it's at. She's doing really well. For a woman who's worried about falling, that was awesome. Lock etiquette number 1. If another boat is just finished using the lock in front of you, you lower your paddles all the way down to the bottom, and then you leave the gate open so they can go in after you. And then because it's 2 boats passing, you pass port to port. Basically, you drive on the right and you pass on the left. When we reached the long pound between the locks, we moored up so we could go and visit Stoke Bruerne Central. First, we learnt about Sister Mary Ward. This was her house and she established a surgery in it to provide nursing care for boating families. Most of her work she funded herself until she got paid by the Canal company. She retired in 1962. Her final resting place was moved, but they saved her gravestone. So we have the Boat Inn, and next door to it is this tiny little building with a chimney, and that is the Stoke Bruerne Leggers Hut. So if your job was to leg the boats through Blissworth Tunnel, this is where you could rest up and have a cup of tea. Ice cream first, then on to the museum. Charlie and I are going to go and look at the Stoke Bruerne Canal Museum. Let's go and see what's up here. Brass funnel from the Grand Junction Canal Company inspection launch called Swift. How lovely. Great examples of some roses and castles. This is quite fun. Talking about families who used to live on narrowboats, and it's got boxes 1, 2, 3 and 4 with different things that they might have smelt. Now that's what I'd like on the front of Wattway. Look at that for a tunnel light. Might be a pain to light the candle there. Gorgeous. Scenes from the film Painted Boats that was filmed at Stoke Bruerne. Charlie's having a good time in the museum. So, this is the back, a model of the back of a traditional narrowboat, and it's got little flaps, particularly like this one. Where is the toilet? So basically they use a bucket and chuck it method. And just in case you didn't understand that, here's a bucket, and that's what you chuck it. This is a mock-up. Obviously it wouldn't have had a wireless, unlikely. A mock-up of what a family of 4 would live in. That's it, that's their space. This folds down to be a table. This would open to make for storage. Brush. On the wall is a curved brush, and I looked at it and thought, I have no idea what that is. And thinking about it, the boats with all their smoky stoves and what have you, being legged through the tunnels, that is a tunnel brush. So the roof of the tunnel had to be kept clean of soot and cobwebs. So a boat would go through with brushes on and sweep the ceiling clean. How cool is that? That was fun, wasn't it, Charlie? Today we start with the 3rd longest tunnel on the system, Blissworth Tunnel. I'm not going to do a big history and what have you of the tunnel because I did that relatively recently. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to that video in the description. We're going to have really, really good visibility this time because we have both tactical torches being used, which is quite nice. I've got the generator going because it isn't going to be quiet in here because there are boats coming all the time. And in the distance, see the bright light? Yeah. That is another boat coming. Let's try not to hit the wall for no reason, no way. Lovely. Yeah, there's quite a lot of soot just here, isn't there? That'll be the soot that's cleared from that tunnel brush. Cool, that's what I quite like. Loads of room, look at that.
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
As long as you're up to a wide beam.
A ventilation shaft. So if you look at the ceiling here, it's completely different. This was the practice for the Channel Tunnel. This is how they worked out how to build the Channel Tunnel. So what you do is you have a machine that digs the tunnel out because the Blissworth Tunnel collapsed. So they had the machine that dug it out and put the reinforced concrete rings around. And they used that technology to build the Channel Tunnel with. Smart, huh? We have a cascade of water about to attack us. I don't know where it is. Can't see it. This is the sound of an electric narrowboat going through a tunnel. Oh, that's not too bad. It's coming out the sides, Jen, not out the roof. Oh no, yeah it is. Brace yourselves, we're going through a waterfall. 5, 4. Oh, look at that. That is cowardly. 3, 2. I'll see if I can go round it. 2. That's wet. This is flowstone. How beautiful is that? What are they like? Bit of splashing. Oh, it's jolly steamy though. That steam, you see, is coming off my solar panels because they're now getting wet. They're now getting wet and steam is coming off them because before we got in the tunnel they were very hot from the sun. Look at that. Looks like we're on fire. Oh, look at that. We have a ventilation shaft. See that light? That is the light at the end of the tunnel. And that is where we've come from. Hello, world. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Blissworth Boatyard. Boat sales, high quality, coach painting and moorings. Welcome to Blissworth. This is Candle Bridge. It carries Chapel Lane over the Grand Union Canal. It got its name in the 19th century. A lady who lived in a nearby cottage used to make candles and sell them to the boaters so they could light their way through the tunnel. Traffic jam at Gayton Junction. We have somebody trapped under a bridge. Somebody that looks like they're coming off the Northampton arm, which is to the right under that bridge. So I thought I'd just hang back here and watch the show. So here we go, sharp right turn onto Gayton Junction, and hopefully I can do it in one, depending on how many boats are coming out of it. So off the Grand Union main line and onto the Northampton arm of the Grand Union Canal. 3, 2, 1. Whee! So now the locks go from great wide double locks to narrow locks. There are no wide beams to be seen and I like it. Stokey number 1. You'll see number 1 painted on plenty of historical canal boats. This means that they were independent, self-employed workers who owned their boats. A little bit of a contrast from the Grand Union main line to the Grand Union Northampton arm. Quite narrow, quite overgrown. I like it though. This is it. This is the very top lock of the Northampton lock flight. The boat's just come up, so hopefully they're all in our favour. That'll be nice. Here we are. Give us a wave, Andrew. We thought we were going to be doing this lock flight tomorrow, but we've decided we're fit, we're healthy, we can go for it. So we have top lock number 1. 1 down, 15 to go. Hurrah! This is just so pretty. And here we have, coming in the opposite direction, boat number 3 for Mothership Marine. Its name is Falcon. What way is boat number 6? And this is boat number 3. Or 4. I'll find out. So that is the sound of two electric narrowboats passing each other. How wonderful. Hello.
Hello.
How are you finding it?
Lovely.
It's wonderful, isn't it? What boat number are you from?
No idea, but we
Are you boat number 3 from Mothership Marine?
number 3.
Number 3. Brilliant. Look at that. A well-oiled locking machine. Ready. Doing well. We're now at lock number 12. That noisy road you can hear is the M1 motorway. The absolute best way to travel on a narrowboat. Feels like I'm back on the drainage ditches of the middle levels. Little, thin, narrow reeds brushing either side of my boat. Charlie's excited. Feeling a little bit weary now. Actually, not that weary. Andrew's doing some exercises, so he must be feeling okay. This is lock 16, I think. Oh, not 16, lock 15. So one more lock to go on the Northampton flight. Not looking too bad, but we shall see. If we get wet, at least it'll be refreshing. Give us a cheer, that's a second to last. That's it. We've made it. We are coming up to the very last lock. This is lock 16. That's it. We're leaving lock number 16. Give us a cheer. Yay. Give us a cheer. Yay. We've done it. The two rookies have done the Northampton flight. How fantastic is that? Set off from Stoke Bruerne at 10 o'clock this morning, and the time is now 6 p.m. That is the back of lock 16 on the Northampton flight. It has taken us 8 hours to get here. We're having to go really slow in the pounds because there's not much water. Oh, I'm liking Northampton. Might be a bit wet, but look at that. How big and wide the River Nene is. In Northampton, it's the Nene. Nightlife on the River Nene.